that? Do I need to move it up a little bit, or is it good? Better? Okay, so first one is order of operations and equations combined. So we need to do order of operations on the left so that we can solve for x on the right. So if I'm only looking at 32 divided by 4 plus 4, what do I do first?
You have to do parentheses.
The parentheses. We got to do 32 divided by 4.
What is
Was it divided by 4 or was it divided by 8?
it was 8.
It was 8. This is supposed to be an 8. I'm sorry.
I looked at it, I was like,
Okay, so that's an 8. What is 32 divided by 8?
4.
4. That's where I got the 4.
4.
4 plus 4 equals 2x. So now we need to do what next?
8. Add those two together.
Add these two. So we have 8 equals 2x. Now we have a one-step equation. How do we solve this?
So the 2x is supposed to be when they're two together, they're supposed to be multiplied, but you have to swap it so it's division.
Good. So remember we do our upside down t, and we need to do whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other one. So if 2 and x are next to each other, well, right now they're being multiplied together, right? To get rid of our 2, we have to divide. If I divide by 2 on this side, what do I have to do on this side?
Divide by 2 on that side.
Also divide by 2. These ones cancel out, and what are you left with?
X equals
Just x equals 8 divided by 2 is
4.
4. So we have 4 equals x. Is it still correct if I write x equals 4?
Yeah, it doesn't, no, it's not.
No, yeah, it is. Yeah. You can put the order when it's in equals. It changes though if it's inequalities, like if this was
Oh, yeah.
less than or equal to, that's where it changes a little bit. But when it's equal signs, you can flip the order. Most of the time you're going to see the x first. X equals 4. How'd you guys do on that one?
Good.
Good.
I did it.
I saw a couple of you guys with the answer. How about online? Did you guys do good on that one? Or try to do good on that one? I guess.
Next one, I have the whole answer right here.
All right. Number 2, what does the mean? How do you find the mean? Where is
You
the
have to add all numbers, then divide.
add the numbers and divide? So add all numbers and divide by, what do I divide by?
The number of
The number of numbers.
there are.
Yeah. Add them all up and divide by the number of numbers. What, do you guys remember what another word for mean is? No, that's the mode. This one starts with an A.
Addition.
No. Nice try though.
Average.
Average. Mr. Turner. Oh, back there. It's the average. That's another word for mean. Finding the average. It might say this on your Easy Merit. Find the average of these numbers. That means you're finding the mean. So average is the mean. So keep that in the back of your head a little bit. Our next one, we have some order of operations. This is a longer one. First, we need to start with what if it's PEMDAS?
You have to put parentheses.
Parentheses first. So what is 4 times 3?
12.
8 minus 3 times 12 plus 30 divided by 6. Okay, so that's still a long thing. We still have some parentheses here, right? They're not gone just yet. What is the operation happening with these parentheses? Multiply. This is multiplying. So what is 3 times 12? 36. So 8 minus 36 plus 30 divided by 6. Now what?
So now divide by.
We got to divide next. Divide this one. So we have 8 minus 36 plus 30 divided by 6 is 5. Okay. Now what?
You have to add 36 plus 5.
Close. Remember when you get down to just adding and subtracting, you go from left to right. It doesn't matter what order then, you just go from left to right. So we actually have to do 8 minus 36 first. That puts us in the negatives.
Now I see why you didn't order because I got there.
Yeah, you get a different answer if you don't go in the order. So now that we have addition and subtraction left, we still have to go from left to right. Just because addition or subtraction is first doesn't change it. We need to do the subtraction first. So 8 minus 36. Who remembers how to do that?
I do.
Go ahead.
Wait, can't you just put the bigger number on the top?
Good. what? You take your bigger number, 36, and then what?
So I'm gonna put 38, 8 on the bottom.
And then subtract 8. So what is 36 minus 8?
38 is that.
8, yeah.
Oh, I mean, 28. No.
Yeah, 28.
Oh, yeah.
You get 28, but does it say positive 28 or negative 28?
Negative.
This is negative 28
Plus 5.
plus 5.
Negative 23.
Good, it's negative 23. So if you're on a number line, you're at negative 28. And you're going forward 5, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you end up at negative 23. That's kind of a long one.
I got 65. That's because I multiplied 5 and 12 first. But I forgot to subtract.
So you did this 8 minus 3 first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gets you a bit of a different answer, right? If you don't go in the order, right? It's a little bit different. Okay, and then the next one is some histograms. So let me pull it up really quick. Huh? Okay, so we need to answer questions 4 and 5 using the histogram that's on the screen. So it says, how many students score between 51 and 70 on their test?
Well, it doesn't have any on 61 or 70, so you just have to do 51 and 60.
Good, so we need to look at the 51 to 60 and the 61 to 70. How many kids scored between 51 to 60?
5.
There's 5. And then how many scored between 61 and 70?
0.
0. So you would add that and you get 5. So 5 students scored between 51 and 70. I'll write that down really quick. 5 students. That was not great handwriting, but that's okay. And then number 5 says only 3 students scored in what test range? So we need to figure out where 3 students got their score, and that's the test range we're looking for. Charlie, what'd you get?
That's the one that things are together. Oh, they only.
What?
That's the thing where the 5s are together.
A histogram.
Yeah.
Yes. But how many students, or what test range did only 3 students score? Yeah. 41 to 50. Because we have in between the 2 and the 4, the number 3. So if you look at that height, the only test range that goes there is the 41 to 50. So 3 students scored between 41 to 50% on their test. That's not a great score. No.
What type of test? A math test?
I don't know what type of test it
It's a
is.
math test.
How did you guys do on this warm up?
I got 1 or 5.
This is I like this warm up. It was a good one. Okay. So while we were doing that, our assignment posted. So let's head over to Google Classroom and scroll down to math. We have a box and whisker plots practice. There are 4 slides on this. We're going to do 2 of the slides together, and then I'm going to grade the last 2 slides that you guys are going to do on your own. They are extremely similar things. So 2 of the slides go together, we'll do that. And then the second 2 slides go together, but they're almost exactly like the first 2 slides. So if you pay attention while we do this, you should be okay for the next 2 slides after. Hopefully. We'll see. Jada, you awake over there? Just making sure. I'm not going to present my screen because we need to type into it and stuff like that. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, let you guys get it opened up. 100% is a pretty good zoom, so I will leave it there. I'm going to do a lot of writing on the board behind me. So, however you need to figure that out, because I'm going to leave this presented so we can look at it. Do I need to leave it presented?
Yeah.
Probably not, though. We can do that. Okay, so I'll leave it presented, but I'm going to do a lot of the work writing on my board behind me. So make sure you're flipping between, like, looking at my screen and looking at the whiteboard with the work as well. For those of you online, I know that gets a little bit tricky. Sorry. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to get that pulled up. Yeah, but I don't think a lot of people have 2 laptops.
I have 2 laptops now. It was harder that way because the other one is so slow.
All right. So Hang on. Okay. All right, I think we're good. So we're gonna talk about Harold the cat who likes to eat. So does my cat. Whenever I don't feed her on time, she's like, ah,
You
feed me.
use that app and then you can see what it's saying.
That's like, I didn't know that was a thing. So it says Harold the cat likes to eat, don't we all? You need to keep him on a diet because he's fat. This is like my dog too. My dog is on a diet and he gets really mad. And my roommate texted me this morning and was like, Theo knocked over your trash can, and I was like, because he wanted the food in there.
You think he ate it?
Probably. He's fine though. He has a stomach of steel. Anyway, Harold the cat likes to eat. You need to keep him on a diet, but sometimes he likes to stray. The last 15 times he's been to the vet, they've tracked his weight. So all of these numbers are his weight every time he's been to the vet. He's kind of a big cat. That's 20 pounds, 18 pounds, 15. That's a big cat. I want to say mine's like 10. 30 pounds is chunky cat. Yeah. I don't know. So it says for number 1. Okay, focus, guys. Number 1, we're going to go back to what we did before break, and we're going to find the mean, median, mode, and range of all of those. Before we start, we need to, for all of this, have these numbers in order from least to greatest. So I want you guys to spend about 2 minutes putting those in order from least to greatest, please. Okay, we'll do that one too. So get those in order from least to greatest, please. After about 2 minutes, I'm going to have someone read it out loud to me so I can write it on the board. After a couple minutes. There should be 15 numbers total, in case you need to count and make sure you've got them all. 15 numbers. Okay, about 30 more seconds, and then we will get them in order and start working on all these.
I like it better when it's odd because then you don't have to finish
Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have Dallin read these out to me.
You ready?
Yep. Go ahead.
15,
Wait. Oh, okay. I gotta write them. 15, 16.
17, 18, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30.
Okay.
Oh, they forgot 29.
They forgot it, or he did? No, there's no 29.
I know.
Oh, okay. Do we agree? Are these in order? Looks good. Did you miss any numbers?
No, that's 60 numbers because I put
Did you fix it? Yep. So we should have 15 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 numbers. Okay. Now we need to find the mean, median, mode, and range. This is what we did before break. I say we start with the mean because it's the hardest. It's going to take us the longest, so we might as well just get it out of the way, right? I'm taking that as a yes. Here we go. How do you find the mean? What do we need to do with all these numbers? Add all of them up. So I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes. This is a lot of adding. Take 5 minutes, maybe 4. Get these all added up, all 15 numbers. Yeah. Good luck. Take your time. Yep, get them all added up.
I least it from graded to not graded. I listed them from graded least graded. You don't want to put that right now. Okay, what's that?
Let's start adding those up, okay?
Well, the coronavirus just stopped that right now, yeah. But you won't be at the school, but you'll be a student now. They don't do the lockdown. It's only
If we pass.
It's only in Washington. That's a bus stop.
All right. Do we need a couple more minutes, or how are we doing? Well, I'll give you a few more minutes.
Almost did.
Miss Jones.
Miss Jones. Miss Jones. Miss Jones, somebody's asking a question. Huh? Someone's asking a question.
Miss Jones.
Miss Jones, someone's asking a question on this.
All right.
Whoa!
What's up, Liliana? Okay, if you want to ask it later, that's fine. Okay, do we have answers yet, or still need a minute? Okay, I'm gonna find an answer too.
I know she's, that's what she did. First one's a big number.
Double check my answer. Just
Look at my answer. I know, you're crazy. Who lost it? Joke.
okay, I have the answer.
I didn't write it.
know the answer. It's called your mom.
Wait, you did see that?
No, you were off a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and get going because I don't want to run out of time. So on this next one, or for finding the mean, we needed to add all of our numbers together. What did we get? 324. When you add them all up, you get 324. So that's my mean, right? That's my answer? No, it's not. What's my answer? How do I do it? We still have to divide by 15. That's how many numbers we added together, so we have to divide by that many numbers. So does 15 go into 3? No. Nope.
Miss Jones.
Yep.
I need to go. Bye.
Bye. Does 15 go into 32? How many times? Twice. And we get 30, subtract the 2. Let's drop down our 4. Does 15 go into 24?
Yes.
One time. We got 15, subtract, we get 9.
Oh, teachers, sorry for the interruption. We are having some issues with the boys' bathroom. Boys, there are students that are going into the restroom and breaking the handles and flooding the restroom. That is going to pose a problem. So teachers, please make sure that you're watching who's going to the restroom. And students, please remember the appropriate behaviors in the bathroom. The faucets have been broken 3 times this week.
Oh,
And so we need to remember to be respectful and responsible when you're heading to the restroom. Please remember to keep the rules. Thank you.
I did that. I was trying to use the handle and then it kept turning on when I turned it on.
That's Hey, folks, please. So what we need to do now, we can bring this decimal point out one time. So how do I add a decimal? What do I do? So yeah, you can just write in the decimal 0. But now that I've done that, what do I do? Bring up your decimal and drop down your 0. Now we need to figure out how many times 15 goes into 90. No, it's a lot less than that. Take about a minute, see how many times 15 can go into 90. It goes in evenly. I heard it. Who said it? It's 6. It goes in 6 times evenly. So what does that mean? What's the average? 21 and 6 tenths.
It does make sense.
So that means that the kind of the middle of our data is about 21 and a half. Does that seem about right? It's about average middle of our data. Good.
Yeah, we're all at.
All right. I think what I want to do next is the mode and the range, because when we start doing the median, we'll start making our box and whisker plots at the same time. So what's the mode here? Which one happens the most? I see 18 twice, 19 twice, 25 twice.
That's about it.
That's 3 numbers that happen the same.
So 18, 19, and so forth?
So there's 2 ways that people say that we could do this. There's some people that say that there is no mode because there's not a number that happens the most. And then there are some people that say that the mode is 18, 19, and 25. They say it's all 3. So let's go with this one
I got it.
to show that there is a couple of numbers that happen more than once, right? So the mode will be 18, 19, and 25. Okay, someone raise their hand and tell me how to find the range. Alex? No?
Oh, the biggest number.
Good. Take your biggest number. What's the biggest one?
30.
30. Subtract your smallest. 15. What is 30 minus 15? 15. So the range of numbers, how many numbers are in the middle, is 15.
I thought the mode was no mode.
It goes both ways.
Oh. So
But she just explained those. Some people look at it as no mode, some people look at it as 18, 19, and 25.
It depends on the teacher. So different teachers might ask you for different things.
She wants you to go this way.
Okay. Now that we're going to start finding the median, we're also going to make our box and whisker plot out of it. I guess we need to write our answers in there too, huh? I'm going to type mine out really quick. What was the mean again? Thank you. We'll find the median in a minute. What's the mode? Well, there's more than one. What were they? 18, 19, 25, and the range is 15. Good. Oops, not 12, 15. Okay. So, to create our box and whisker, what are the 5 numbers that we need? Do you guys remember?
We need the lower quartile,
Lower quartile,
higher quartile,
the upper quartile, yes.
median,
The median.
minimum and maximum.
Okay, that's the median. This is the maximum and the minimum. So, these are the 5 numbers we need to find out of our data. I'm gonna get rid of these lines. What's the first one we should find?
Find median first, always.
Let's find the median first. How do I do that? Cross them off until you get to the middle. So, let me. Oh, that was bad. There we go. Median. Is that what you guys got? If you did it already?
Yep.
You got 20?
Yep.
So our middle number here is 20. So after we find the median, let's find our lower quartile. What does that mean? How do I do that?
You have to find the middle of the other side.
Good. We need to take our lower half of numbers and find the median again. So let's find the median again. Not these. I'm gonna go the opposite direction. Not this one. And not this one. What's our middle? So our lower quartile, the middle of our lower half is 18. While we're on this lower half, what's our minimum?
15, because it's the lowest.
Good. Our minimum is the smallest number, 15. Now let's go to our upper half of our numbers. So all of these ones, we need to do what to find the upper quartile? Good. Find the middle again. So not these, not these, not these. What's our upper quartile? 26. 26. And what's the maximum? 30. Okay, we have all of our 5 numbers. Now we need to draw our box and whisker. I know it's on the thing. We'll draw it in a few minutes, but I want to draw it up here first. What do I need to do first to draw a box and whisker? Draw a number line. Good. They have a number line on there. Of course, it doesn't have numbers. Awesome. Okay. What numbers do we need to have it go from? Do it by 2s? Where should I start? All the way up to 30? I'm going to start at 10 though, 10 to 30, okay? I'm going to make this a little bit bigger.
Wait, but then we couldn't get 18 or 15 now.
Well, you can go in between the numbers. So let's start at 10. So we got 10.
Can I go by 10?
Okay, you can go by 2s, 5s, 10s, 1s if you want to. Just as long as it's even distance between them, that's fine. But you can't do 10, 12, 14, 23. Doesn't work like that. It's got to be even. Okay? 16. Is that right? I feel like I missed a number.
Yay. Number.
No, I'm good.
You said 20, 19. Oh, that's how
Well, you told me to count by 2s, so I counted by 2s, Charlie.
Oh, I see what.
10,
I thought you
12.
were gonna go by 10 by 10. I thought you were gonna go 10, 20, 30. I was like, how are you gonna do that?
No, I went by 2s.
But that's an 19.
That's an 18.
No. What's the size?
That's a 16.
Where's that?
That's a 4.
Looks like a 9.
Sorry.
Looks like a 4.
I mean, in context of where it is in the number line, it's a 14.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Now that we've drawn our number line, what do I do with those numbers there?
You have to label them.
Yes, plotter points, right? Put the numbers there. So our minimum is at 15. 15 is between 14 and 16. We're going to draw it a little bit above. Don't forget to draw it above a little bit. Our lower quartile is at 18. Plotter point. Our median is at 20. Plotter point. Upper quartile is 26. And our maximum is 30. So we draw our dots next, right?
Yep, I got mine like that.
Okay.
Yep.
How do I know where to draw the box part
You
of
have to
this?
do the lower and upper quartile. Make a box around the.
Good. The box goes around the quartiles. So it goes around the second and the fourth number, right? So the box, this is the box, and the box. Make the box there. How do I draw the whiskers?
You have to connect the points to the.
Good. Take your lower quartile and connect it to the minimum. That's a whisker. Whisk. There we go. The other whisker goes on the other side. Connects the upper quartile to the maximum. Here's your other whisker.
And then in the middle, you have to draw a line.
Good. And then your median, you just draw a line through it. There's our box and whisker. That looks like a battery. Yeah. There's this is a line. We'll just write line right there.
Oh,
There's our box and whisker. Now they're going to ask you a couple of questions on the next slide about the percent of data. So if I go from here to here, how much data is there? Now think about 25%. Good. Think about the money thing we did yesterday. There's 25% here. What about from here to here? 25% again. What about from here to here? Also 25%. And last one. Still 25%. Doesn't matter how big or long or skinny they are, they're always 25% of your data. And we have to draw that now on the thing. So fun. Whoops.
Do we have to write all the numbers and everything?
I don't know.
Do you put down 25%?
No, you don't have to write the 25% on it. That's okay. So let's get this drawn out on our thing. First off, the median is 20. Yeah.
Wait, first, how do you clear a box?
Hit the undo button until it leaves. Okay, so
Like the color in it? Like in a gray box.
when you draw the box, there's a place up at the top that looks like a paint bucket that you can click on.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to label all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we probably have enough room to go by 2s.
Oh, mine is upside down.
So we've got 10. Take your time to label your number line. We'll give you a couple minutes. 12. This is much easier to do on paper, sorry. 14. 16.
You must have a whiteboard there and he doesn't have to reach all the way in the day, you know?
Do you guys remember how we made this yesterday, all the different shapes and stuff we used? Okay.
I know how to.
So go ahead and take about 3 or 4 minutes to get your box and whisker drawn and all of that stuff. And then we'll move on and do a couple of the other questions and talk about those. I'm going to get it drawn as well, so take a couple minutes.
Wait, we're gonna do the first two boxes together?
Yeah, we're probably going to finish slide number 1 and 2, and then we have tests tomorrow, so slide number 3 and 4 might be on your own time. You need to finish them as a grade. I don't think we'll have enough time today. Well, we won't have enough time today.
They have to get medium with the two on it.
On the next one, yeah.
You sing a country song. I'm just gonna start erasing this because this is putting me in.
There's that. Wow, that's not very even. This is going to be an interesting looking one.
Something most ugly looking box.
Yeah, they're not going to look amazing, but that's okay. As long as we are getting them in the correct spots and trying our best to make it look like a box and whisker of some sorts, you're totally fine. Mine's not even. It doesn't look amazing, but it's a box and whisker plot. Right? It's the weird looking basketball court if you want to look at it like that.
Of course.
I did go by twos. Oh, got it. Okay, about one more minute, and then we'll start answering some questions about it and talking about different things.
A 2, on a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Go. It doesn't look too bad when it's cold and windy. I don't think it's raining.
Yeah, it doesn't look amazing, but that's okay. Alrighty. Okay, let's finish up this slide and the next one and talk this through. So, the number 3 says the heaviest 25% of his weights have been greater than what number? So we need to look at our box and whisker plot. What side of our box and whisker is the heaviest part of his weight? This far side, right? So this is the heaviest 25%. What number does it start at? So 26 to 30 is his greatest weight. So you would say that his heaviest weights are greater than 26 pounds. So our answer here is 26.
What are they feeding that cat?
No, it's not. But this is part of his weight. This is the greatest 25% of his weight. From here to here is his top 25%. No, remember, it doesn't matter what it looks like, what the data looks like. Each section is 25%. So this is the top 25%. This is the end, yeah. It's the greatest 25%, so it's the top part. So it's anything greater than 26 pounds is heaviest 25% of his weight. No, it doesn't have to do with how far they are. Each one represents 25% of the data. And then the middle 50% is the box part. So the middle 50% is these two combined, and it goes from what number to what number? 18 pounds to 26 pounds is his middle 50%. So 18 pounds to 26 pounds is his middle 50% of his data, because that's where the middle 50% is on your.
We're gonna have to make another whisker plot.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if we're going to right now. Well, no, we are. We're gonna have to. Well, we're at least gonna do it up here really quick.
Do we have to do the
We're running out of time though. That's the issue.
do we have to do the second dot plot on the
Bless you.
and then the other box on the other side too?
When you sneeze, very
Like, go to the number in that box.
No, it changes a lot of things, so we're gonna have to talk about it tomorrow, I think. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. The next slide is also going to take us a decent amount of time because we kind of have to do the same stuff over again. Because they add more data in, they add another vet visit for Harold, and then he weighs 36 pounds because he's been eating too much lasagna apparently. So it changes our data set, which means that we have to kind of redo a lot of the things that we did and talk about how it changes the data. We don't have time to do that today. We have to go to lunch soon, and we can't really miss lunch. You have to go. So
It sounds like they're talking about Garfield.
I mean, maybe they based it off of Garfield. It's possible. So what we're going to do is make sure that you have slide number 1 done. Tomorrow, before we take the tests, we're going to finish slide number 2 and do that one together. And then your guys' goal will be to finish the tests and those 2 slides, which I know sounds like a lot, but
course not.
You'll be okay.
Oh,
You will be okay. You'll be fine. So, plus, like I said, this amount of work that I give you is nowhere near what it usually is when it's all in person. So, I know I tell you guys that a lot. So, those of you that are online, you guys are free to head out until science.